Hello and welcome back to our HIP Restoration of Rome campaign. In our last episode we took another duchy from Rome in a pretty quick and easy war. Also last episode the Seljuks fell to what I think was a decadence revolt, so they have basically been demoted back to being a duke status character, which is great. It basically removes the major ally that Rome formerly had. They were the same dynasty, of course. This guy is a Seljuk. But since we just won a war against them, we have a truce for probably 10 years or something. Guess we have to look at our own truces, not his. Yes, 10 years, so if we can possibly be lucky enough to murder him again, that would be great. Looks like we have over 100% plot power potentially available, so that is indeed possible. Let's see, yes, we have one guy in a faction here. He wants elective succession, which I'm not really opposed to in principle, but we'll try to get him out of his faction anyway. We will name him the one in charge of the palace. A very prestigious title, which he'll be a bit happy about. I'd rather not have to send him a gift, but we'll see. You stand before your people, basking in glory, arms outstretched. Rome is restored, you can proclaim to the cheers of the crowds. And just as it quickly started, the dream ended and you wake up. That was a good dream, if only it were true. Apparently a recurring dream. Long live Rome, though. Guess we could do something about these raiders while we're waiting for our plot. This itch is really bothersome, I can't stop scratching it. I look like a fool in front of my court. Oh dear. Okay, we'll see how many... we don't need boats. See how many men we can raise in the immediate area here. Now that we've held on to the position of emperor for several years, our Bulgarian kin has come to understand that the reasons for their unrest have come to an end. This can only be good. Okay. Hopefully that means we won't be getting any more revolts from them. Guess I raised yours already. Alright, 2,500 here. I guess we'll raise some of our domain troops as well. Should be more than enough. A mysterious Jewish man has offered his services at your court. He is well versed in feudal court intrigue and has a past as both a mercenary and a spy. If he can be trusted, he could very well prove to be an indispensable asset to your council. Let's do it. He's an okay character, I suppose. We'll let him hang around anyway. We'll change in crown laws. Speaking of crown laws, I guess we could consider going up to low crown authority if we wanted to. But unfortunately, not only did this guy not get out of the faction, there is another member. We'll give him this honorary title to hopefully appease him. And this guy I think we'll send a gift to. Ugh, maybe we won't send a gift to him, that seems a little bit steep. He's 59, he'll probably die soon. We'll just ignore him for the moment, but we'll hold off for a while on raising crown authority again. So let's see, we're attacking into the hills here, but I think we have the numbers to make it work nonetheless. Do we want to attack into the... Oh, this is plains, okay. That should be fine. Okay, they seem to have disappeared into thin air. Well, that's fine by me too. I didn't even see any boats. Where do they go? Oh well. You improved this guy's opinions. That's good. Maybe that will get him out of the faction. Which is 74. We're actually over 100% in our plot to kill the Sultan without having even bribed anybody, which is good because there's nobody that would accept a bribe. So that could fire at any moment. And our truce with the Pechenegs did expire, so we could potentially declare another war on them. Apparently use the Liberate CB for duchy titles. Which I suppose is probably a productive use of our time. Maybe we'll go for this coastal duchy here. It's only 2 counties, but that's okay. Characters are Orthodox. You are Manichaean. Okay. Well, we can deal with a Manichaean vassal. We can probably get him to convert. Or we can just create the duchy title here and grant it to the Orthodox character and make it somebody else's problem. So his only allies are his nomadic vassals and this one guy. I think we're going to be just fine. We can find the relevant duchy again. I think we'll go for it. And in fact, I think I'll try to avoid raising my domain troops for this war, if at all possible. So that it costs us a bit less gold and we can maybe actually make some money. Would be nice. Let's disband this as well. This leaves us with 8,600 or so. Should be sufficient. Inherited a duchy title again. I guess we'll just grant it to this guy. We'll appoint this guy as a commander, Constantine de Houtville, I guess, a relative of the Duke here. And the late Duke Robert, who was attacking us at the start of the game. I think Sicily is also ruled by the de Houtvilles. Count Roger. Alright, we had a county converted. My brother asked me for a fief of his own to govern. We'll mention a church career. Was that the county that our chaplain is working in? It was. So let's move him to this county, which is Tengri. Bad news, your efforts to root out heresy and convert the population have met with resistance, and the peasants are arming themselves, so we get 10% local revolt risk there, unfortunately. Well, that's no good. No actual revolt risk, though, so that's good. A visitor. You have received a visitor, a monk from one of the monasteries on the fabled Mount Athos, on the Chalkidiki Peninsula in Greece. He tells you that the monks are constantly expanding their presence and constructing new monasteries at this most holy site. However, building for the glory of Jesus requires earthly funds, he explains. This is why he's come to see you. If you would demonstrate your piety by donating a huge sum of gold, well, a large sum of gold, let's not get too ahead of ourselves, to the monasteries of Mount Athos, it would surely become known all over the land that you have done so. And you would of course also be mentioned in the monks' daily prayers. So we can spend 100 gold or 50 prestige and piety, or we can say we can't spare the funds right now. I think we will actually do this. I said I wanted to save money, but we can use the prestige. We continue to get an opinion bonus for prestige up to 4,000, so it is useful to us. May not really be worth it at that rate, but that's okay. Our niece became a Grey Eminence, okay. So I think with the size of his army we should be safe enough to split in half here and siege both counties. He is involved in this war. It's actually his own war. He's attacking somebody over here, okay. That little brat Diogenes threw up on me while we were dining. Okay. I don't like that, but I suppose it's not the worst thing that ever happened. So still above 100% in our plot. This guy apparently indecisive about whether to join or not. I have a couple of people we can bribe now, but we're not going to get above 200, so I don't think there's any point in doing that. Oops. Raiders, okay. And we inherited a duchy again. I might at some point just start granting these titles out as hereditary duchies rather than as viceroyalties, just for convenience sake. We had a county converted, that's good. That was here? What religion was this before? I didn't notice that it was anything other than Orthodox on the map. Raiders again. Seems like a popular destination. Like one of our vassals is dealing with it, which is nice. Oh dear. And while I was not paying attention up here, the Chenegs have got an army in and attacked me. They did cross a river, but no major terrain penalties. Let's hope we can reinforce in time. Do at least have commanders in charge here, so that's something. And our reinforcements are in. And they pretty quickly turned the tide of the battle, and in fact that got us 100 war score all by itself, so that is pretty substantial. I guess we'll just stay here and finish this siege, and that should get us to 100 in the war overall. Yep, it did, and we'll take these prisoners and enforce demands. Alright, so we gained these two characters as vassals, as expected. This guy is relatively happy with me, so if we were to send him an honorary title, we should be able to ask him to convert. You were Tengri, actually. I thought I checked this guy and he was Orthodox. But I guess not. Well, now that this guy is Orthodox, unfortunately we cannot usurp the title. I was going to say we would grant the duchy title to him and he could deal with having a Tengri vassal, but we are going to have to wait on that, unfortunately, until we can actually get that title. Our courtier Xenon feels I risk too much with my escapades and tried to persuade me to stop risking my life. No. Mind your own business. My vassal, the Dux of Scythia Minor, has requested that a lower rank vassal should serve him rather than me directly. Where is your... Oh, this guy is already our vassal? I guess he is, okay. yeah, we'll absolutely allow that, and I guess he wants control of the other guy as well. The problem is he is outside of the de jure duchy himself. Why is he not part of Peristrion? That's kind of a mess. Well, I guess we'll just grant him the other de jure county anyway. Since he's going to be upset about it otherwise. Plus it also got rid of our Tengri vassal, so I suppose it's more positive than not. Alright, still over 100% in our plot to kill the Sultan, though still hasn't fired, of course. Let's check our tier 1 of our Imperial Reconquest. I believe the way this tiered Imperial Reconquest thing works is once we have conquered all of these counties listed here, we will get another set of counties that we can declare Imperial Reconquest wars on. As you can see, there's a pretty substantial list left. We have plenty of work to do. I think it's probably mostly over here. I'm not sure how far this extends in the first tier. I guess we'll find out. Probably won't worry about it too much until we start reducing the list down to a manageable number. This Dux has usurped a title as a vassal of Rome. Okay. Probably not something I care about too much. While visiting one of the local taverns, you spot a barmaid, unusually attractive for a peasant. Wow, rude. You start making a move on her, but unlike other wenches you've come across, she begs for you to leave her alone. She dares refuse you. So mighty and powerful, she should be serving your needs, no? Very rude. I'll say I'll do with her as I wish, which could have no effect. We could become arbitrary or cruel. Or we can say it's wrong to force her like this and leave her alone, in which case we could become kind or just. Well, we are already kind, but just would be pretty good, and I certainly don't want to be arbitrary. And also I guess this is the moral thing to do, if that's a concern for us. We did not end up becoming just, but that's okay. I've received word from my co-conspirator that the bowmen are in place and waiting for the right moment to strike at the Sultan. We are committed then. Let's go for it. Sunlight filters through the window and shines down on me. I feel its warmth. Nothing like some relaxing sunlight on a day when you're plotting to kill someone. Failure, the Sultan escaped the arrow barrage unharmed, but at least all the hard bowmen made a quiet escape and the conspiracy remains uncovered. We will just have to try again. Yeah. Still 7 years left in our truce, so would be a very convenient murder if this was to succeed. And I suppose we have other things we can do in the meantime. How is our faction looking at this point? We now have the Dux of Peloponnese in here. I guess he has a feudal title? Oh right, he's the guy who usurped it, so the ones that have feudal inheritable titles don't like when I grant out viceroyalties. I suppose that's another reason to not grant them. We do have an honorary title we can send him. And we are making some money now, so maybe 144 gold is not outrageous. I think we'll still hold off a little longer on raising crown authority though. We're already on high centralization, so that's fine. No need to go down to medium, I think. We can move from a decayed theme system to an intact theme system. So, as it stands, we're getting minus various numbers to levies and taxes. This would increase those, or rather decrease the negatives. And this apparently does not affect vassal opinion? It does when we go up to reformed, though. I guess we have no reason not to do this, then. Seems purely positive. Let's go for it. A while back you received some amber jewelry from some travelers as a gift. Today, however, you noticed that there is a giant insect, the size of a finger, mosquito perhaps, trapped inside the amber. Every now and then one finds these creatures inside pieces of amber, but leaving them in is surely a sign of bad craftsmanship. Dispose of these worthless items. These bugs will not taint my things, or it could be worse, and I admit I find them strangely fascinating. So I think we'll gain childlike wonder. And one diplomacy for a while. But we are just about out of time for this episode. Okay, we passed our intact theme system law. Let's hope there's no negative consequences to that. But we are out of time for this episode, so we'll leave it here for now. Thanks for watching, and join me again next time.